Hey guys, so your resident blogger here, Anastasia, and I am here with my roommate Molly. And so for this week, I was thinking about doing a video on roommate questions because some of my high school friends decided to email me a couple of questions since I'm now in college. And so yeah, it's 10 questions in total. And if you have any more questions after this video, feel free to comment in the boxes below, and we will answer them to the best of our ability. So let's go.
The first question is, what time do you go to sleep? So during the week, I go to sleep at about midnight, and then on the weekends, I usually go to sleep at about 3.
Yeah, which is fine by me, because I usually go to sleep around that time too.
It's a good
time. Next question. How do you feel about sharing? Well, my mindset when I came into college was about sharing. And I personally think that because you're going to college and because you do know that you're going to be having a roommate, unless you request a single, you know that you're going to have to share some stuff. So let's say I have a refrigerator that Molly and I share. I have a Keurig that Molly and I share. We have a floor lamp that we can share. You know, it's less harsh than the light. So personally, I think you should share. And if you're girls that are the same size, then roommate clothes sharing is the best. Especially if your feet are the same size, which is awesome.
Yes. Yeah. The next question is, do you go out? I usually go out once or twice a week. Some people go out on Wednesdays. A few people go out on Mondays, depending on if you have class on Tuesday and Thursday. But Friday and Saturday, definitely the nights to go out. Just don't go too hard. Be responsible.
Be responsible, and definitely think about your roommate when you come back in, because when you get to college, your roommate might not always be the party type. I happen to like going out and having a good time, but some of my friends have roommates that don't go out, so you definitely have to be mindful of their sleeping hours on the weekends, and think beforehand how much you're going to have some water and how you're going to be acting, so just be conscious. Next question is, what did you not bring that you wish you have brought? And I wish I would have brought more of my sweaters and more of my winter clothes, because at Union the weather changes like that. In the morning it can be freaking hot, and that 1 p.m. it can be cold as hell, or the other way around, which is why everybody on campus is sick. So definitely look at the weather, and when you're on campus visiting, think about asking some of the upperclassmen what their day-to-day schedule is like and how the day usually progresses. Yeah.
Next question is about overnight guests, and we have an agreement to ask before you have an overnight guest, or at least inform your roommate that you're going to have an overnight guest beforehand.
Yeah. So, for example, Molly's boyfriend came over the weekend, like last weekend, I think, yeah? And I knew like 2 weeks beforehand that things were going to change. The proper policy is just to talk with your roommate about this stuff, like the first time you meet each other. Maybe not the first time you meet each other, but, you know, once you get a little bit more comfortable with them, because it'll definitely help in the long run for the year. So. Next question. Food to bring, what's most convenient? Food to bring, ramen noodles, chips, Nutri-Grain, and apples. Specifically apples, because I happen to like apples and bananas, but just don't bring snacks that are unhealthy, because you will find yourself staying up very late doing homework, and you will find yourself getting the munchies. So.
Also pretzels and Nutella. And tea.
Nutella. Next question.
What do you do if your roommate is a slob? We don't have this problem, personally, but if your roommate is a slob, you should start by politely asking them to clean up their things, and if it gets to a point where that isn't working, you could divide your room in half with a piece of duct tape or something, and say that your stuff has to stay on that side and my stuff has to stay on this side, as some of our friends have had to do. It's not good, but it works.
Yeah. Oh, and also don't forget to bring a vacuum when you come to college, because the floors are your responsibility. Let's see. What do you do if your roommate is an athlete? My roommate just happens to be an athlete. She is on track. But if your roommate, let's say, is a lacrosse player or a swimmer or any other sport that has to wake up at 5 in the morning to practice, tell your roommate to get ready before bed. I mean, I know it's common sense, but just do it. Because in the morning, again, with the being mindful of your roommate and, understanding that it's not just your room, it's somebody else's room as well. Just think ahead, think beforehand, and carry Febreze in your room. Stock up on Febreze because equipment tends to stink. I know because I'm doing club hockey, so yeah. She doesn't have that problem, but if you do, that's that.
How do you get people to
come into your room? Be social.
Yes.
Open your door.
Open your door all the time.
All the time. Say hi to people.
Introduce yourself on the first date, too. Just walk around, see who's around, make some friends.
Don't be too excited, because then you're going to look like a weirdo. So, yeah. I mean, it differs from person to person, so. Next and last question. What was it like when you met your roommate for the first time? It was awkward.
Definitely awkward.
The first time I met Molly was very interesting because she was with a friend, and she's known that friend for, like a day or two, maybe? Yeah, and I come in and, I introduce myself, and we became friends instantly, but it's like those first questions you ask yourselves, like, what's your schedule like? When do you go to sleep? When do you do homework? What's your major? Stuff like that.
It was informative the first time you meet your roommate.
It's almost like it's almost like an interview. It's like an awkward interview, and then you say, let's go to dinner, and then social life begins. No, but yeah. So that's the end of this video, and if you have any more questions about anything college related, anything roommate related, just anything in general, feel free to comment in the boxes below, or send us an email. Get my contact information or something, I don't know, and I'll answer them in the best of my ability. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.